Westminster Church family, greetings. You may be wondering why I'm wearing a collar, because we're certainly not Catholic, but pastors in our Reformed tradition in the Presbyterian Church too are allowed to wear collars. It's simply a symbol of saying, hey, I'm a pastor and I'm here in the community and I'm here for you. And I wanted to wear my collar today because it's election day. And we have, of course, a polling place here at the church, and I wanted to be able to pass through and be visible as needed, and to be able to be asked for prayer if needed, and to just be a presence that people could recognize here in our space as a pastor and as our pastor at Westminster. This week in our worship service, we will be doing a few things differently. We'll mix some things up in the service, and it'll be a little bit more contemplative with our music, a little bit more focused on songs of Taizé and songs of peace, as we record normally on Wednesdays. So this week we will be recording the day after the election. Needless to say, this election, no matter what side you are on in terms of red or blue, is a time that is creating anxiety in our nation. It's creating unrest and uncertainty, and certainly as people of faith, we know that God is bigger than that, but we still know that it creates that same anxiety in our hearts. So this week we will be a little bit more contemplative and have some different parts of worship that we haven't maybe had as recently in our virtual services, or haven't had it all in our virtual services. We'll have a time for the children. We'll have a time of thinking about one of our confessions. So we'll have an affirmation of faith that comes from the Confession of 1967. And we'll have, again, some contemplative music for you. I think this worship service will be a little bit different, and as we look ahead in future weeks of our virtual services, we will continue to find ways that we can be a little creative with the order of worship, creative with how we worship, and hopefully soon we'll have some HD quality video in some of our services. And we're thinking about ways to do that without, at this time, replacing the whole system. And there are some conversations going around about that too. So I just wanted to share some of those things that are exciting in the life of our worship. I do want to look ahead to a couple of things that are coming up. You'll hear about this in the Welcome to Worship again this coming weekend, but we do have a Commitment Sunday coming up in this time of stewardship. It's a strange year for stewardship. It's a strange time. We probably have some anxiety about talking about money, whether it's due to our personal finances or other reasons. But as I've said from day one and said in my letter this month in the Messenger, I want us to be a community of transparency around money, a community that is understanding of finances and the need for finances to do some of the work of the church. So I hope that you will join us in the parking lot at 9:30 on Sunday, November the 15th, just a couple weeks away, for a Commitment Sunday service. That's something that both our stewardship group and our worship and music committee were excited about doing. So we'll have a little bit more information on how that will work. We do have the FM transmitter that we know works after my installation service, and that we will be able to use at that service. So we'll have all the information coming before then, but at 9:30 on the 15th, we invite you to the parking lot in your cars. We will have a time of commitment to God and to our church family for the year 2021. Also coming up, we do have a congregational meeting on the 22nd. I want to go ahead and announce that because we are obligated by our polity, the way our church works, to announce that early. So that is coming up on Sunday, November the 22nd at 10:30, and that will postpone another new thing. I have all the good things to share with you this week. Starting this Sunday, November the 8th, we will have Coffee with Chris, a live Zoom, starting at 10:30 in the morning. And I'll hope to hop on a few minutes early, but we'll have a Zoom. That link is in the e-vine. We won't be publishing that on the website in all of our places, just for the privacy of our community, but we do want you to know that you are invited to hop on Zoom for a time of fellowship and a time of reflection on the worship service, or just things going on in your lives in the world. So that will be a time that I'm very excited about and looking forward to. We'll see who hops on, and you are invited to join us at 10:30 on Zoom. So look for that information in the e-vine. As we Worship God in this time of election, in this time of COVID, in this time of uncertainty that we all have in our lives. I just want to remind you, as we think about this week's worship, to be still and know that God is God. We are invited to be still, to just be in our worship, to just be in spaces, and to be reminded God is God. God is the Lord of our lives. And this Sunday, I hope you will worship with us as we have some new elements in our service, but we also will take some space to just be and to know that God is God. Hope you'll join us Sunday, and hope you'll join us for Coffee with Chris. Peace be with you.